Nice. How about these? You like these?
They're probably are really
Too
cool
small.
boots, but they're tiny.
For little tiny Japanese feet.
Let me show you my favorites that I found so far. Which one's your favorite?
All of them. They're all so special.
This one is kind of fun. So, today we're at Yoyogi Park. This park is probably my favorite that we've been to. It's just really big and pretty, and this area is really cool. Hopefully you can see there's leaves just falling from the sky, and it's pretty magical.
Meiji Jingu is right next to this park, and when you look at Meiji Jingu and Yoyogi Park, it's one of the biggest park areas in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. And today is actually perfect. I feel like I keep saying that. November is just perfect in Japan. The high is like 70 degrees today, and it's clear, it's sunny.
Yeah, it feels like 75. It's a really beautiful day.
Yeah, we were both wearing jackets, and we had to take them off because it's just too hot, but I am not complaining.
Hey, I don't know if that's normal in Japan for this temperature to be this warm in December.
Oh yeah, it's December 1st.
Yeah.
So that's really fun.
Yeah.
This is probably the prettiest December 1st I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely the warmest December 1st I've ever seen.
Yeah. Okay, so we kind of wanted to do a quick little, not too in-depth because we could talk about it forever, but a little bit of backstory on how we have been living abroad, I guess. Most of our 20s will have been living abroad. And yeah, I guess a lot of comments were kind of surrounding that, like how were you able to do that and why are you there?
Yeah, I mean, I joined the Navy at 24 and then was immediately stationed in Europe for 3 years. And then now I'm finishing my bachelor's degree here in Japan, which we should be here for another 2 to 3 years.
Would you recommend to people to join the Navy?
Yeah,
To live abroad?
if you're right outside of high school, 100%, you definitely learn a lot.
Yeah.
And travel a lot, or get out of your hometown.
Yeah.
And then leave and use your GI Bill to go to school in a foreign place. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell, short version, how we did that. I am the luckiest because I just happened to be married to him.
It was her dream to live in Europe, and I had the option to choose between Europe and Hawaii, and chose Europe because I know she wanted to. Yeah, it was one of the best choices we made, for sure. Yeah, the Navy had a spot open in Hawaii and Naples, Italy, and I've never been to Europe. Well, we've never been to Europe, and so Lauren in the past has talked about how much she would love to live abroad and in Europe specifically, and so yeah, we took that opportunity.
The craziest part about that was it was actually around this time, like 4 years ago, that Jake basically texted me and he was like, Italy or Hawaii, where do you want to live for the next 3 years? I was like, I have to decide right now. And I got that text and I just started freaking out because I'm like, both sound incredible.
Well, you chose Hawaii. You
I
said
think-
I want to do Hawaii, and I'm like, well, no. You
I
said
think
you
it
wanted to
was-
live in Europe.
I think it was just like I started looking up Naples and everything online was like, oh, it's dangerous, it's dirty, there's a lot of crime, it's not very safe. And you were talking to people who said that they didn't explore Naples at all. They just went to the
It was
Amalfi
like a through
Coast.
city, yeah.
Because it was so ugly.
Yeah.
Anyway, we obviously chose Italy. I think
Yeah.
definitely Jake was like, no, you always wanted to live in Europe. This is our chance.
Mhm.
And I was on board after freaking out a little bit, as
Yeah.
I do. Obviously, we got so excited once we made that decision, and being there was like the second we got there, we knew, no, this is like incredible.
So we spent 3 years in Naples, and we have basically a guarantee that I'd be stationed in Japan. And all everyone talks about in the military is how much they love Japan. So we basically found out that there is a college that I could use my GI Bill. In the United States, when you serve in the military, they pay for your college after. And so, because college isn't free in the US, so it was either
That's cool.
So it's either we get stationed in Japan, or I use the VA or the GI benefits, and I go to school in Japan. And going to school in Japan, we have a lot more freedoms than staying in the military. So we decided to leave the military and then just go to school here. And so we'll probably be here for the next 2 to 3 years, just studying and just living it up while we can.
Yeah.
You know? So if you want to go to Japan, there are a couple ways to do it. Definitely the most popular way is to get a work or student visa. You can either get a working visa, probably teaching English. You just need a bachelor's degree. If you know some Japanese, you can get a much better job doing a variety of different things, but that base level Japanese is needed. Or you can do the school route, which is what I'm doing. You don't have to be going to a 4-year degree. You can actually pay for an English teaching college. So those are the two things that I definitely recommend. And the most straightforward ways, if you want to stay in Japan long term, is work or student. Either the school or the business will sponsor you here, and that's it. And you can come here and go through the extremely fun process of finding a house and paying for a large down payment because you're a foreigner and not a Japanese person.
Which that's a whole other video.
Yeah.
Being a student here is pretty awesome, honestly.
I think it's the way to go.
Yeah.
The only drawback to being in Japan is working in Japan. The work culture here is very unhealthy, and especially talking to some of my Japanese friends, and it's not the best. So if you're gonna work here, definitely be prepared for the grind. So.
Maybe a little comparison between our life in Italy versus compared to here, like what it's like being a foreigner. I would say both are pretty great. Being in Italy as a foreigner, the hardest part for me probably was just driving, because in Naples particularly, driving in Naples was stressful and scary. And I also had to learn how to drive stick shift. So dealing with the language barrier wasn't that bad. A ton of people spoke English. I had
It's
really
impossible to
incredible...
learn Italian.
Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible,
Well, it is,
but...
'cause every time you try to speak Italian, they'll just answer back in English, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, okay.
It was, I mean, our landlord didn't speak English, but, Google Translate was our best friend, and we had a lot of Italian friends that spoke perfect English. Yeah, that just wasn't hard. There was really, for me personally, no culture shock moving there. The only thing is just what comes with being a foreigner anywhere, I would say, is obviously like making new friends is tricky, and getting used to different rules, and anywhere that is a different language, it can be tricky. But yeah, the people are pretty nice. I would say prepare for chaos in Italy, which is totally opposite of Japan. I guess transition now to Japan, the culture is so orderly and people are quiet, and
They expect you to be
They
also
expect
quiet.
you to be quiet. And if you are respectful of them, they love you.
Mm-hmm.
And they are just the kindest people to foreigners.
Yeah.
Everything is about respecting other
others,
people for their enjoyment too. Like, we're all at this beautiful park and it's quite quiet.
It's quiet.
Like, it's
Yeah.
peaceful. And
I mean, on the trains, no one will say a
yes,
word.
on the train over here, we were like, we can't talk.
Yeah,
It's so quiet.
not even a whisper.
But yeah, it's a really lovely place. People are so kind. They acknowledge you, right?
Yeah,
Like, I would just say, like,
every
you walk
store.
out of a store and everyone acknowledges you on your way out. So yeah, that's, I guess, kind of a brief, not super brief. How we got here, why we're here.
Oh, and we're going to New York after this for sure.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
our next fixation.
That's something about us. We're always fixating on the next big thing. We're still kind of like, what do we want to do
Teetering.
next? Anyway, I think we're going to hang out here for a little bit. Let us know if you have any other questions. I'm excited to dive more into things.
We'll probably answer them after Vietnam.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, okay. We'll check back in with you soon. See you next week.